Well, hello my fellow car modelers. Felix and I are here today. We're doing a quick video, right? And we're having a good morning here. And I just wanted to do a couple of updates, a couple of shout outs, and the start of a group build I just jumped into, and I want to just share that with you. And I got some really cool news for you, so stay tuned. Right, Felix? Stay tuned? Yeah, that's right. So we'll be right with you, you know, after this music. Exactly. Alright, to start some things off real quick, I just want to give a shout out to a couple of buddies of mine out there, fellow YouTubers. You know, Hobby Dude 007. He sent me this really cool shop card. I tell you, if you're not watching Mark Batson's YouTube channel, you're missing something. Look at this model. He used to write for Scale Auto, so, you know, he was already kind of in the model car information business for, you know, years. And he just builds spectacular models, really cool stuff. Go over there and check out his channel. And he sent me this sticker that I got a place where I'm starting to put a whole bunch of stuff like this up. It's going to be in the background of some of my vlog videos, getting it all together. But I really dig that, all carbon fiber looking with his logo. I always liked his whole Hobby Dude 007 thing. But yeah, go check out Mark's video. His channel's really grown and really doing well. Great asset to our hobby. Thanks a lot, Mark. I appreciate that. And then another buddy of mine who is really getting things rolling with his channel, and he's been one of my producers, is Pat Redman. Pat is just, he's been around for a long time. I've known Pat for years, internet-wise. We've been internet friends for years. I can't wait till a day that I get to meet him in person, because we get along real well, talk on the phone, and we always cut up. I'm sure some of you guys notice some of our cutting up between one another on the Facebooks. And I'm working on having him on an unpodcast. So go check out his channel. He's got a lot of great stuff to offer. I think when he gets his channel rolling, he's going to be one to watch out for. Is that a good thing? Watch out? Yeah, I'd watch out for Pat, definitely. So thanks, buddy. I enjoy. I'm glad you sent this to me. I'm rooting for you. We're going to have you on an unpodcast. You guys got to check that out. But go check out Pat's channel. He's got some good stuff to offer. It's really a good model or two. Don't tell him I said that, though. Gets to his head. And then I want to do a shout out to somebody I met at one of our local swap meets that is a regular viewer. And we had a really interesting conversation. And he is a retired police officer from New York. He worked in Manhattan. His precinct was in Manhattan. And I really do appreciate the police. We're very pro-police, who we talked about earlier, just to mention, Mark Batson is a retired officer from, you know, his neck of the woods, and he even has a very, very cool company that his wife and him, it's their thing, man. It's called the Squad Room, right there. He just talked about it in a recent video of stuff that he does, and they go to all kinds of police and fire conventions and stuff like that. Well, Joe is a retired Manhattan, New York City police officer, and when we talked, you know, we talked about that kind of stuff, and I talked about my appreciation with what everybody, all the men and women in the blue do. And he sent me over a really cool thing, and I showed Mark Batson this, and he says, this thing is neat. This is what I guess is regular in the police, you know, rounds all around America, is they have these challenge coins. And this is Joe's coin from his precinct, the South Manhattan borough. And I really appreciate that. Look at that. That is just awesome. A nice honor to our men and women in blue that are there for us, to protect us and help us out. And he sent me this card that was from his precinct. And this is really cool. Matchbox of of a New York City patrol vehicle. Yeah, that is cool. Matchbox did this SUV, and that's really cool. I got a little area where I hang stuff like this up, and I'm gonna keep this thing in the package. That's just really cool package. That's a really cool little gift. I sure do appreciate it, Joe. He's an appreciation.
What the hell is the world coming to?
An appreciator of this channel, and he's definitely, you know, all you people out there I appreciate so much, and I love it when I meet people in person, and it was really fun meeting Joe, and hopefully one day he comes to our Model Car Mafia meeting. He has an open invitation to that. He's local here. He lives on the other side of town. It might be tough sometimes to get all the way over here, but Joe, you know you're an honorary Mafia member anyway, because you know, I say so. And I want to thank him for that. So this is really cool. I really dug this. You're watching the Luka Cee channel on YouTube. Now, I got a couple announcements to make that are, you know, have to do with this channel. One is, like I said in the beginning, I did get involved in a group build I thought would be neat. And it's also kind of a kill two birds with one stone type of thing. Because it is another model I need to get on, which was, I showed you way back at the beginning of the year. So the Model Car Mafia at our Christmas meeting, which you can look at right there, we did a kind of a kit exchange, gift exchange that we all have till this coming November to get the model completed and have them out on the table. And I got this really cool AMT Corvette, which I love this box art. So I'm going to do something really cool with this box when I'm done with it. I don't know if I'll frame it, just make it that, or put it up on the wall. But I just love that box art. But I got this Vet. You know, the kit is okay. It looks nice. It's a little basic, but let me pull the kit out for you. It's kind of got a simplified chassis. I've done some work on it. I started, which is the announcement that I'm going to make. So I got to get this built for, you know, by November for our little group thing, you know, our Model Car Mafia kit exchange thing. But I thought, with what I wanted to build this into, it works really great into the 2022 Pro Street group build. It's presented by Dylan Thomas. He's got a Facebook group and a channel that there's a whole bunch of us who kind of get involved with it. BG's been doing it. I guess this is the 5th year. BG has been doing it every year. And I thought, heck, you know, I'm going to jump in it. My buddy Fred Henry's over there. I got to go get involved because, you know, Fred, he builds these great Pro Streets. I can't wait to see what he does. And this is what I'm going to work on. And I pulled in Chucky, old Chuck's Hobby Spot. He's getting involved too. So there's 3 of us, and we all are actually building our models from our kit exchange. We're all doing Pro Streets, so we might as well jump in on this. So we're going to get involved with that. And today's the June 10th. June 10th is the start, and September the 10th is the finishing point. So I started on mine, and just kind of showing you, I got it cut away. I want to keep the exhaust. Somehow I'm going to reroute the exhaust, because here's these. I want to keep kind of that stock placement where the mufflers were on these Vets. But I got this all getting figured out, and I'm going to put some nice tubs in there. But I'm not going to go too crazy. This is a very basic old kit. I don't want to, you know, I got so many projects going on. I can't make them all really highly detailed, but I want to make a really cool Pro Street out of this. And per the rules, you know, I got to keep the exhaust. It's got to be street legal, but there's a little fudging from what I read. Tell me if I'm wrong, but we can have slicks. I don't know. It depends on if I'm going to put slicks or treaded tires in here. Technically, a Pro Stock should have treaded tires. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. I will have a license plate on it, though. That I will put a license plate. But what I'm going for is, I showed this in my video when I was first showing you this kit way back in January. And it comes with these really cool decals. And I think I want to use these decals. And yeah, it leans towards a race car. I'm even going to put that on the door. The Vicious Vet. I want to really go for this. And what my thinking is, and this was done a lot in the late 70s and 80s and stuff. Even now, guys will take ex-race cars that are already tubbed. You know, they raced in Superstock or Modified Production, which was a really insane class in NHRA in the late 70s, all through the 70s. And my thing is, okay, they ended it in 1980, that really wicked class. It was so cool.
The next step up the ladder, Modified Eliminator. Here's Larry Kopp from Baltimore, Maryland. Running against him is Tony Christian from Arlington Heights, Illinois, a pair of Corvettes. The head start to Larry Kopp. The front wheels just bouncing off the ground as the gear changes are made. And your Modified Eliminator World Champion, Larry Kopp, 10.84 seconds. His speed, 106 miles an hour, as he annexes the Modified Eliminator crowd.
I sure did miss the racing. I miss the guys, because, you know, a lot of guys just actually quit, you know, traveling the circuit or going to most national events that had real competitive cars and modified that actually just either sold them or, you know, bracket raced or did something else. So I think we lost some really good racers when they did that, for sure.
I'm going to say, you know, the car was retired. The guy was kind of disenfranchised with NHRA. He took his car, and I know there's guys that have done this who kept their old race cars and they return them back to street use. And that's what I'm going to go for, an X-Race car that's turned into a Pro Street. Kind of very 70-ish looking. And I think this is going to be really cool. I was messing around with I got different size slicks, but I'm just going to put, the slicks will be like that, or if I can find some treaded tires that size. I want to have it where it's really kind of very, let me pop a wheel in there. This isn't the wheel I'm going to use, but just so we have the look. I just want it to have that really big, kind of sticking up in the back look, slammed down in the front the way those modified stockers looked, or what they call it's not pro modified, modified production. Thank you, everyone. Good grief. Luka Cee's brain is turning Swiss cheese like. That whole look I want to go for. I just want to have the tire about like that in the back. So I just made some room for it. Going to put some slicks in it. I'm going to run the little small block that's in there. That's going to be in total modified production style. If you don't know about that class, look it up. They were insane. They were high revving small blocks. They'd scream. They'd come to line just bouncing all over the place. They were nuts. Yeah, it was just such a cool series. They were cool looking cars, and how cool to turn one into a Pro Street. So that's what I'm going for. That is going to be my Pro Street build. I'll be doing some update videos on that for you. And last, I have got a huge announcement, and I'm going to probably make a video that's really going to announce this. I've mentioned this before, but I am starting my own model car. Well, I'm going to do other things, but mainly for you guys, there's going to be a new model car resin company, so to say. Luka Cee Products. I haven't got a logo yet, but you know, I'll use my logo. I've got to just kind of get the wording right. But I have just finished the mold, and there's some people, I kind of made this announcement like a year and a half ago on this particular item that I'm about to show you. And we have the mold all done. This is the master. What this is, and you see there's my mold. I'm showing off the mold. It just closes up like that. I'm going to make a couple more of these. But the mold is done. And my NASCAR building buddies, they know about this right here. And this is a Grand Am nose to turn the Salvino's JR models, Le Manses, into the Grand Am, which it's really, I know there's other things. We're not worried about this. Some people say there's got to be differences in the cowl, the hood, This is a direct replacement, will fit right on that model kit. And you just get yourself one of these, right? The Le Mans. There we go. And you can see I was already mocking it up. I got tape on there already. this fits right on there. And there, you got yourself a Grand Am. Now you say, why bother? Some of you guys that don't know, back in the early 80s, the Grand Am was an extremely popular car used in the Busch Grand National, or they called it sportsman, NASCAR sportsman classes. It was a very, very popular model. And it was basically Grand Am and the Le Mans, and they were pretty much the same car. It was just a different trim package, I guess you could say, but they had a completely different nose. And that's the master right there, and you know the resin part will pop right on. It is totally made for this body. All fits on there real good. And isn't that cool? And these are going into production, I say within the next week. I'll start casting these, and they are going to be available at Andy's Hobby headquarters. I will make the announcement. Don't start contacting them. It's not on their website. I will let you know when it's on the website and available. And if you need some more of these Le Manses, I mean, they just put out a new one, and I did that video right there of the latest one. But Salvino's JR Models has plenty of these. There's a lot of people that sell their models. There's a lot of hobby shops. It's a very obtainable model kit, and they're probably going to produce a couple more of these. They're going to be available, so you might want to get another one so that you can do yourself the Grand Am. And that is really about all I got to say about this. But boy, do we have a ton of new stuff coming out from the Luka Cee products line, or LCP, and we're going to be full on, man. We got some great stuff ahead of planning ahead. So now that we finally got production rolling, we figured out we had a lot of problems with basically a shop to work. And I still kind of have a little bit of a problem. I got a makeshift shop that I can at least get a small production going. And more announcements to be made on more very, very cool products that are going to be really helpful for many, many, many of your model car and truck needs. I got some cool old big rig stuff too I'm coming up with. So be ready for that. And it's pretty soon. There's the Taccom utility vehicle that we're in the works. Cheap. I have got to get this finished painted, but I was showing this on the Facebooks. You gotta see this. Look at this. Look at this posable steering. Is that insane or what? That posable steering is just amazing. They did so well. Taccom did so well. They needed to build model cars. They really do. This is a model car. It's a 16 scale Jeep, and I'm really having fun with this. I haven't been able to work on it. I'm having a little bit of a paint problem. I got to finish it. You see this side's not painted yet, but I can show you this posable steering. I am so looking forward to getting this done. This thing is so sweet. If you haven't watched the video on this where I kind of go over the whole kit, this is a pre-production version. The kit will be out sometime in September, but you can go over to Andy's HHQ, pre-order. There's a great sale on the pre-order. It's under $50. It's a 16 scale. It comes with a big fat gun on the back and even a driver figure. And posable frickin' steering. Look at the detail is just nuts on this thing. So I got more videos coming out on this model, and you're definitely going to want to, I mean, there's just crazy things you can do, but if you haven't seen that video, go look at it. That's about it. That's all I got to say today. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great weekend coming up. This weekend is the Model Car Mafia meeting. I'm looking forward to that. Everybody's coming over tomorrow night. We'll have that video up on Sunday for you to see. Got some cool stuff to show you. And, hey, man, that's what we do around here. We build model cars. And we build model cars. Why? Because they're fun. Here's the producer.